Hi guys, it's been a while since I've done a how-to video. Had a couple on my previous channel. Uh, haven't done one in a while, so I thought let's go ahead and do, because it's that time again. Let's do a string change and how to restring on the Squier Jazz Bass. Now I'm gonna show you guys before I get started. Luckily my fretboard's not too bad, but every other string change or so I like to well, I polish my frets every string change, but as far as conditioning the fretboard, the type of stuff that I use, this Music Nomad F1 oil, you only really have to do it maybe twice a year. You don't want to constantly be conditioning your fretboard, because eventually what happens is the wood gets so relaxed that it opens up and your frets can pop out of place, or rise up on one side and then another, and if you don't have the proper tools to knock it back in place, you have to take it somewhere and everything. As we all know, wood expands and contracts, and then it comes together. It's just the way wood works. It's part of the element. But anyways, I'll go ahead and get started, and I'll show you what it looks like now. We'll do it before and after. I'm going to be using Doyle Beast Mode strings. I use the medium light gauge long scale, so that's a 0.045 to 105. So I'll take you through a cleaning of the a cleaning and polishing, and then the actual restringing, and then we'll see how it looks all together. Stick around. Okay, so this Squier Jazz Bass, my workhorse. A lot of people ask me the difference between finished maple and regular maple, and of course this is a maple neck. But the difference is this, if you can see the reflection up here, this shiny, almost like a glass finish, that is what finished maple looks like. So you can see here on the actual fretboard itself, it doesn't have that shine to it, and this is unfinished maple. So as you can see, the frets aren't too bad, but you can see the oxidation, especially like right there. There's a few places here and there where like that darkening is, that's builds up around the rings and all. The strings themselves don't look too bad, but they've been on there for a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace them anyway. And I'm also going to be doing something about these tuning keys, because I know you guys can see that. So we're going to go ahead and get that taken care of, and I'm going to go ahead and give my the whole guitar a good polish. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trusty string cutter and string winder from Music Nomad. I use Music Nomad products because they're really good, sturdy, they're built really well. I'm not endorsed by Music Nomad, so I don't get anything for free, but they make good product, and that's all that really matters. So I've loosened the strings so when I clip them, it won't pop me in the face. So let me show you how good these cutters are. So as you can see, this made short work of that low E string. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and snip these, and I'll do a bit of the polishing bit with the frets. and you know, we'll get to the rest of it. Stay tuned. Okay, so now that we've got those old strings off, you can see that the fretboard's not too bad, but yeah, it can do for cleaning. So like I said, I'm going to use this F1 oil, but before I get to that, I'm going to use this Music Nomad Fine fret polish, and that's going to be real cool. I won't take you through the whole thing because it would take too much time, but you just put a dab of this on your fret, or you can put a dab of it on the polish cloth that you're going to use. See, a little dab like that, and get this polishing rag, and now if this stuff gets on your fretboard, the actual fretboard, will it hurt your fretboard? No, but Music Nomad recommends that you don't leave it on there. So if it wipes on, just wipe it off. So forgive me for the lighting, guys. So you can see right there, oops, you can see right there the difference between this one and this one. All that oxidation just comes right off. So yeah, the fret polish is a good investment. So we'll get back to that in a little bit. I just wanted y'all to see the difference that it makes between that one and that one. Also, I got this dual rag from Music Nomad. It's felt on one side and soft fibers on the other one, and that's good for cleaning up dust like this. It's good for finish polishing and all. Gotta get that dust off. Oh, feels so bad. I haven't been practicing like I used to and making videos like I used to, but in my defense, it's been a busy summer. We were lucky enough to have my stepson in from Texarkana. We had him for the whole summer, so I can't really complain because it was nice to have him for a visit. But yeah, so I got a little ding right there, but you know, I've had this bass for a couple of years, and this is pretty much the bass that I play all the time. So yeah. Okay, let's get started with the rest of it. Okay, now that we've got all the frets polished, see, okay, that's what I want. I'm wanting the light to catch the shine of the frets, because you didn't see that earlier. You could just see all the oxidation on it. So now that that's good and clean, we can get to conditioning the fretboard. So stay tuned for that. Okay guys, so I wasn't sure if that last bit recorded, but I'm ready to go with the oiling and conditioning the fretboard. So I've got my little cleaning rag. One side's for scrubbing, one side is for the actual wiping down. And I also have this brush because this came as a set. I bought the set. They sell them individually, but I said, oh well, might as well just buy the set since it all comes together, and it'd be the same price if I bought them all separate anyway. So yeah, so you can give it a little scrub with the brush. Won't harm your fretboard, nylon. And then it has this edge on here, or if you want to get in between the frets, it'll get some of that muck out. And then you'll take, I like to take one side, give it a little, give it a little scrub with the scrub side of it, and then wipe it down with this. And then since the oil is natural and comes from what's inside of trees, there's no chemicals, so the oil will absorb and hydrate the wood naturally. And I think that's pretty badass. So let me go ahead and get to the rest of this, and I'll get to the actual restringing. But before the restringing, I think I'm really gonna polish up these tuning keys, because yeah, that looks really bad, but what the hell, I use this bass a lot. Also, guys, I know I haven't been making the covers videos like I used to. Like I said, it's been a busy summer, so I plan on getting back to that real soon. I did do a few covers, but then I got hit with copyright, and I don't want to lose the channel, so I don't know. Maybe some of those I'll start putting on Facebook, you know. But even then on Facebook, I kind of got hit with, you know, your video is muted due to copyright. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna really start doing original music. I noticed that they're cracking down a lot more. I mean, me personally, I don't really see why it's a problem unless I was trying to like make money off of it, which I'm not. So I'm not trying to make, when I do a cover, I'm not trying to do it to make money. I'm doing it to honor that artist and to kind of say thank you for being such a huge influence and getting me to play. But you know, apparently some people in the music industry don't see it that way. But anyways, not to get off topic, let's get back to the how-to of it. Okay, so for the polishing of the chrome and metal hardware on the bass, I will be using this the guitar one from Music Nomad. This one is formulated for gloss finishes, which is what I have on this bass. They do make a separate one for matte finishes, but this is kind of like why it's called one, is because you can use it on your metal hardware as well as to polish your guitar, and it won't damage one or the other. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a spray, and let's go ahead and get this tuning key right here where you can catch it in the light, and just give it a quick rub like that. And see, there's still some there, but that is starting to look better than that. So I'll do a whole deal on when it's all said and done. So I'll show you that in a couple of seconds. Okay, so we got those polished up pretty good. Looks a lot better than it did. Got the fretboard all cleaned up. Like I said, the fretboard wasn't that bad, but still, it needed a good hydrating. So now we'll get to the actual restringing. I'm gonna give a little bit of a rub down on the body while I have the strings off, just to get some of the nooks and crannies. This Music Nomad stuff works really good. I really recommend it. Some people ask me what good brands out there are, and there's the truth is there's tons of them. You can even, well, as far as polishing your guitar body goes, you could even use a few household items, but I go with Music Nomad. They are a little bit pricier, not by much though, but their quality is really good. I've been going with them for the past couple of years. However, if you are on a budget and you would like to have all your cleaners in one package, I also recommend the Dunlop set. They have a set of conditioner, string cleaner, you name it, they've got it, and it's about 5 bottles. It comes in one package. And last I checked, you could get that set for like $25, so that's not bad. But yeah, so the next part will be the actual restringing of the bass, like I've been saying. So I'll do one string, talk you through it, and then it's pretty much repeat that process. So let's get to it.